Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me is your sustainability specialist, our friend Phil. He's back and he's ready to rock our socks. Phil, how you doing today?
Doing great. Got a great pair of socks on. I'm ready to go.
Well, that's good. We're going to start with the sustainability plan update. You recently put that out. Well, I mean, it's been out there, but
It's been
you
out there.
recently had some review, public review, and there's still time for public review at this point. But give us an update of where we're at with the sustainability plan.
Where we're at with the sustainability plan, and we talked about this in our last talk in Fitchburg as well. So the planning team completed its effort, and we've got a draft plan put together between some city staff, the planning team, and our consultant Pale Blue Dot. The draft plan is available online. We'd like the public to have a chance to review it before we finalize it and bring it to Common Council and some city committees. So there's a link to that draft plan on the city's website. If you go to fitchburgwi.gov and search for sustainability plan, we have a landing page for the sustainability plan, and there's a link there. You can get to the draft plan, you can review it section by section, you can provide comments online, and then the consultant and I will review all those comments and kind of figure out what's the general sense of the public regarding this. Is there anything that needs to be uh, edited, clarified, changed? So yeah, really looking for, we've had some pretty robust public input to this point through a survey in the planning team, and we'd like to keep that going.
And again, you still have time to comment on this, and those comments will be added to the plan as it fits.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And then also as you mentioned, we had a community discussion about this sustainability plan last week on Thursday evening, August 1st. Scott from Fact TV was there helping us out with recording that. That is available as I just learned this morning in two different places online. There's a YouTube link to it, and also Fact TV hosts their own video archive. So I have not put those links online yet, but they will get there. So again, if you go to the city's sustainability plan landing page, there will be links to that public presentation. And the big value in watching that, I think, is just getting a chance to hear Ted from Pale Blue Dot really talk about the process at a high level, how this came to be, and sort of what the next steps are expected to be.
And that would be my final question here is you kind of already mentioned some of those steps, but moving forward here, what happens here through the rest of this stage and then adopting this plan?
So what happens next is we get all these comments. We've gotten comments already from staff and the planning team, and I'm working right now to go through those and kind of aggregate all that to share it with Pale Blue Dot in a little bit more condensed fashion. We're going to do the same thing with the public comments, which are due by August 30th. I believe August 30th is a Friday. So at the end of the day, August 30, that public draft review will be taken offline so that we can actually start reviewing and incorporating those comments. Once we get through that, all of the whatever edits we need to make are gonna happen during September. We're gonna turn that into a final sustainability plan. That'll be submitted to council. Council will share it out to a few different citizen committees to review and kind of provide feedback and give a thumbs up or thumbs down. And then it'll go back to council for a final vote on whether they adopt this as Fitchburg's first official sustainability plan. We're hoping to have the whole process wrapped up by the end of October. It may extend into November, just kind of depends on how the timing of everything shakes out. But by the end of this year, assuming all goes well, we will have a sustainability plan finished. And then we
We're
get to
doing.
start talking about implementation, and that's a whole new adventure. Is all right, now we have this plan. What are we going to do to make it happen? Who are we going to partner with? What are we going to prioritize? Where is the staffing time and budget coming from, and all that kind of stuff? But that's putting the cart ahead of the horse, as it were, to get into that right now.
FitchburgWI.gov. You can check out the plan as it is, and yeah, encourage you to watch those videos as well. And if we have any more presentations, we'll cover those for you and make those available, Phil. Let's turn to Focus on Energy. There's some new programs with Focus on Energy. First off, what is Focus on Energy for folks who are not familiar with it? And then tell us about these new programs.
Yeah, so there are a number of states that have set energy efficiency goals for their utilities, and they basically tell the utilities, all right, you're getting X amount of dollars in every year from your ratepayers. We expect you to spend this percentage of it on providing rebates to your customers to buy energy efficient equipment to make insulation upgrades to their homes. And then with the dollars you're spending, we expect to see such and such reductions in overall energy usage in your service territory by the end of the year. Wisconsin is a little bit unique in that it's a statewide program. It's not run utility by utility, but the Public Service Commission oversees the Focus on Energy program, which is run by a third-party consultant. And Focus on Energy pools all of these ratepayer dollars from utilities and makes those dollars available to residents and to businesses in the form of instant discounts for certain equipment or rebates for other projects that you would submit an application and get that rebate back. They work through trade allies, so specific contractors who work with things like water heating, air sealing and insulation, HVAC equipment, lighting. There are a lot more instant discounts for homes, and it tends to be more of these kind of custom calculated projects for businesses. But the short version is Focus on Energy is a way for homeowners and businesses to get money back by making improvements to their home to make it more efficient. We want to save energy. We want to. There is an old saying that the cheapest kilowatt hour is the one you never use. So we all want to find a way to save money on energy. Well, the best way to do that is to stop using as much energy. And putting in more efficient equipment in your home is a way for you to accomplish the same tasks, heat or cool your home the same amount, be able to use the same amount of lighting without, simply by using more efficient equipment, you're reducing energy, but you get to accomplish the same things. So that's the first thing. We of course want to see improvements to renewable energy. We want to find other ways through behavior change to reduce our energy use. But the first biggest thing is just making everything more efficient. And then you're reducing things like the number of new power plants that have to be built, the number of new transmission lines that have to be developed. So it is a combination of an environmental pursuit, but also just a basic economic pursuit that let's not spend money we don't have to. So if you go to focusonenergy.com, you can find residential programs and business programs. There are whole catalogs of things that you can do to make your home more efficient and either get a rebate from Focus on Energy after the fact, usually through your trade ally, or just an instant discount. If you go to a place like, go to Home Depot, check out the LED lighting. I believe they still do this, that there will be a sign on the shelf that says this product is X amount cheaper because of the Focus on Energy program. So there's a lot of this stuff that retailers have discounted prices through Focus on Energy. This is all the high level of what the program is. Because of the Inflation Reduction Act, the IRA made additional funding available to states to pursue new home efficiency programs. So there are some things that you can do just to get tax credits every year when you file your taxes. Things like insulation and air sealing, installing a heat pump water heater or an air source heat pump instead of a furnace to heat your home. They also made funding available to states to create home energy rebate programs. And Focus on Energy, I believe, is rolling out the first one of those in the nation for the state of Wisconsin. So there are two programs that Focus on Energy is offering. One of them is already available now. It is shortened to HOMES. It's the Home Efficiency Rebates Program. The second one that will be launched soon, it's not available yet, but is HEAR here, the Home Electrification and Appliance Rebates Program. So these are new programs Focus on Energy is offering in addition to what they already had, and these are ways, particularly for income qualified customers. If you are a low or middle income household, we understand, and the government understands that it maybe is a little bit more challenging for you to pay the additional fee to get efficient equipment, to get upgrades to your home. But if your income's a little bit lower, it's even more important that your energy bills get reduced as much as possible because that takes up a larger portion of your income. And so that's the point of a program like this, is to target specifically those income qualified households and find a way for them to get home energy assessments, get companies in to make houses more efficient, to increase your insulation, to find places where air is leaking out of your home and just wasting your dollars, and seal those up. And then find more the HEAR program, the Home Electrification and Appliance Rebate Program, is specifically about electrifying homes. So Focus on Energy, great program that the state operates. It's been around for 20 plus years. It's going to continue to be great, but right now we have these two additional programs funded by the Inflation Reduction Act, the HOMES and the HEAR program.
Yeah, it's a lot of information, but it's great, great resources. And if you were just looking at kind of a starting spot, the way I looked at it when I first became a homeowner years ago, I looked at this and like, okay, this is the sort of the things that I can do to start, reducing the bill and helping at the same time reduce energy use. So it's a good website. If you haven't checked it out, you should, and check out these programs. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, and a great way to get started. Sorry, I can go on about this forever. Before I was at Fitchburg, I worked for a company that worked with Focus on Energy and similar programs around the nation. So this is near and dear to my heart. Um, to get started with Focus on Energy, go to focusonenergy.com, check out the products drop down, and there is a link for free energy saving packs. If this is something you haven't taken advantage of, you can get free equipment delivered. Again, this is funded by the Focus on Energy program. You can get LED bulbs for your home. You can get pipe insulation, shower heads, and faucet aerators. A variety of several different types of packs depending on specifically what you're looking for. There are energy saving, what we call smart power strips. These are power strips that essentially, if you have things plugged into the power strip that are in standby mode, they're still drawing a little bit of power, even if they're not necessarily on right away. These smart power strips will cut all the power they're drawing from the outlet, so that you're not losing that phantom load or ghost power, as we call it. So yeah, several different free energy savings packs. That's a great way to get your foot in the door with Focus on Energy, and then just see what else they offer.
All right, Phil, real quick, let's get in the September 14th. Mark your calendars is the big fall shred and recycling event here in Fitchburg.
Yeah, so we continue to do two of these events a year, confidential paper shredding and electronics recycling, Saturday, September 14 from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I believe this might be the same day as Wisconsin against Alabama, so get there early. Um, I don't know what time that game is going to be. It might be prime. Maybe they'll move it to 5 o'clock so that it can have a prime
Oh no, they
TV
already
audience.
said they locked it in during the day, so that was
Oh,
pretty
okay.
surprising that they
All
did that,
right.
but that's a different
Yeah,
story.
so this unfortunately we're going to be competing with that for eyeballs, but still 8 to 11 a.m. That game won't be that early. So yeah, show up at Fitchburg Civic Campus, the City Hall and Community Center. We've got confidential paper shredding provided by Pelletary, our waste hauler that we're contracted with for the city. Uh, you can bring up to 3 full paper bags of paper. Things like bills and I mean basically any documents that have confidential information that you don't want to just recycle it, bring it on over. They've got a truck to shred it, and then they will recycle it properly still, but in shredded form, which is great. And then electronics recycling, we work with Resource Solutions, which is an electronics recycling company in the Madison area. And we every time we do one of these events, we collect somewhere on the order of 3 to 5 thousand pounds of paper and 10 to 12,000 pounds of electronics. It's just a fantastic way to keep these things out of the landfill and make sure that they're being disposed of properly. So we'll have information about that on the city's website as well. We'll have some flyers available at some point. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit over a month away, but good to get it on the calendar now.
All right, Phil, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. We'll check back in next month.
For sure. Happy August.
Happy August.